Peace be with you. My name is Alan Kiesler. Today is Saturday, October 20th, 2018. And I'm back on live Facebook chat for the first time for a week. I've been very busy teaching every day and doing other things, but I'm happy to be back. And this is not the usual time I'm scheduled, so that I used to be scheduled for regularly. Please forgive me for that, but I'm just having a wonderful time, very busily teaching and thinking a lot about you and thinking about Pakistan especially, and thinking about extraterrestrials and being in contact with some very special personalities. And I just had an experience this morning which I wanted to share a little bit before I look at your comments and have some responses to your questions or comments. I sat down this morning for prayer and meditation and received a communication from somebody. I still don't know exactly who it was, but it was a very clear message, so I'm going to read some of it to you. First, I was instructed to meditate and pray, and when I did for some time, then I heard this message. I'm quoting, "It is not easy, it is not cheap. You must be prepared to accept the truth, whatever it is and from wherever it comes. More importantly, you must love and be merciful to all. Love your enemies too. That is the key." I replied, I was just writing down the conversation. I replied, "I understand." And then I received the reply, "Yes, knowledge is important, but it is less important than love." Again I said, "Yes, I understand." "You do understand to some extent. There is always more to understand, and more importantly, there is always more to love." So having heard that, I reflected on it for a while, and after a pause, I said, "Please help me." And I received the message, "Yes, we are helping you. You want to understand more, and you want to love more. We will help you in both. Be confident of this. Be happy. Surely you will succeed in what you want to do, for you be ready to alter what you imagine is the truth. Be prepared to change what you believe love is, and be eager to give up anything at all that may interfere with your correct understanding and your truly loving." Again, there was a pause, and I thought for a while, and then I said, "I do want this. I do want to be able to abandon anything and everything that will prevent me from accepting truth, and anything and everything that will impede or impair my open-hearted loving." Then I heard, "Thank you for your statement. Are you really willing to do this?" Again I paused, thought about this for a second, and then I said, "If I am not, I want to be. Please prepare me, please change me, please introduce whatever I need to be able to actually forego any misconceptions and all forms of selfishness, or anything that might prevent or even reduce the free flow of love from my heart." Then I heard, "Yes, you do have such impediments, both to full knowledge and to unconditional love. Everyone does, or almost everyone on this plane. So that is not a discouragement. Just go forward faithfully, and all your desires will be fulfilled. Full knowledge, full love, and full beauty too will come to you. And you will also reflect and share them all. So be happy. Be patient. Everything will manifest in due course. And tell your friends too that everything they truly desire from the core of their hearts will come to fruition. So that's why I'm reading this to you, because I was instructed like this, tell your friends. So you are my friends that I'm telling all these things that I heard. Very important, wonderful message. And then I received a very interesting communication. They said, whoever they are, I still don't know. They said, we love you and we love your human race. So I'm guessing maybe they're not human beings. They're not they may be some sort of extraterrestrials or some sort of angelic or spiritual beings. I really don't know who they are that had come to me and were telling me all this. But they said, we love you and we love your human race. Of course, we love all beings, but we find a special attraction and affinity for those of you who have entered the human condition. You take us as your guides, but we also feel indebted to you, for we are and will be learning much from you and developing our own loving by observing you and being with you. So then I said, and may I ask, who are you? And the reply was laughing. I heard laughing. And then they said, certainly you may ask. But if we were to answer, you would not understand properly. So we will only say for now that we are you. Then I replied, you are right. I think I do not really understand that. And they replied, don't worry. You cannot understand it now. Don't pretend to. One day, however, you will. So I said, thank you. And they went on, so don't speculate what we said means this or means that. We repeat, it's not really possible for you to understand now what it means that we are you. It does not mean anything that you may think or guess or imagine it means. So do not try now. Just wait until the sun rises. You cannot force it to rise early. I said, And they went on, yes, instead of trying to understand what it means, just pursue humbly serving and loving, seeking and waiting for truth to be progressively unveiled to you. So I said, thank you. And they replied, you are welcome. Be happy. We go now. I said, you go? I didn't want them to go. They said, we are always with you, but we close this conversation now. Be happy. No harm can befall you. Whatever happens, however disturbing it may be, will in the end lead to greater truth, love, and beauty. So I said, thank you. And they replied, thank you and goodbye. And I said, goodbye. So I just read this conversation I had this morning with some being or beings. I'm not sure who he or she or they was or were, but it was a very interesting conversation. So since they instructed to share it with your friends, share it with my friends, I have just read it and shared it with you too. All right. So let me see if anybody has any comments or questions about this. I will try to reply. Majahangir Khan is Kaise hain sir aap? How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Hamza Rahman Malik, I am always interested to talk to you, sir. Thank you. I'm happy to talk with you too. Jalil Ahmed, looking Babaji. Looking good, do you mean, I guess? Or looking happy, whatever. Yes, I'm very well, thank you, and happy to be back with you. And Ahad Kadir says, nice to see you. And Rihan Alawala, Salam Rihan Sahib, is presenting some happy faces. Hamza Baluch, mashallah. All right, Hamza Chowdhury also some happy faces. Ilyas Utmani Khail is also giving a thumbs up. And hi, Ilyas Utmani Khail, Ilyas from London. Happy to have you from London here. Maha Bhatti is also giving a happy face. Farooq Islam, a hand, fingers up, hands up, thumbs up. Khush Bukht Sharfun Nisa says, Assalamu alaikum. Feeling so happy to see you. Thank you. I'm always happy to be conversing with you all also. Mahabhati says, it means they are again contacting with you. Great. Yes, it was a wonderful contact. And I'm guessing they are the same extraterrestrial beings, or she is the same extraterrestrial being whom I call my mother. It felt like her, but I didn't know for sure who it was. Mahabhati goes on, Sir, I also got message from Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he said, Sabr karo, Naila sabr karo. So you're also getting the message to be patient. We have to be patient, but so many things are happening in the world, and it's so wonderful what's happening in the world now, really. So many horrible things are happening too, but so much new information is being spread around. People are coming to a higher level of consciousness, higher level of love and knowledge. So I'm very, very encouraged by what's happening, actually, despite the bad things. So many amazing, wonderful things are happening too. All right. If anybody else has any comments or questions, I'll try to answer them. But I'm just reflecting on this wonderful conversation I had this morning. It was very clear. I mean, it was internal, it was telepathic, but somebody very wonderful, or some very wonderful persons, were communicating with me. And I believe I've told the story several times about from the time I was 9 years old when I physically met a wonderful, clearly non-human extraterrestrial being. And she was a woman. She was just like my mother. I felt like she was my mother, my real eternal spiritual mother of some sort, some spiritual relationship I seemed to have with this extraterrestrial woman. And I met her again when I was in my 40s. And one final time I met her physically when I believe it was a physical meeting, when I was in my early 50s. And for the past 20 years now, I have not met her physically, but I've been in contact often with her telepathically. And I suspect that this was she, again, who was speaking to me this morning. It felt like her, but I wasn't sure who it was, because there are other beings also that can communicate with us telepathically besides just one person. So this telepathic communication is increasing all around the world. More and more people are communicating telepathically. I hope you may be open to it also, or may be experiencing it, because that's what's happening now in this transition in humanity from what is called the third density to the fourth density. More and more people are coming to higher levels of love and knowledge and communicating telepathically. So it's actually very, very wonderful. Okay, so, oh, I see. Mahabharati is explaining when she received the message from Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, Sabr karo, Naila sabr karo. She's explaining Naila is her real name. So the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, was speaking to her by name and telling her, Sabr karo, be patient. So Zahrain Malik says, peace be with you always. Thank you very much. Khan says, like. And Mahabharati is explaining, her real name is Naila Khush Bukht Sarfunissa says, please pray for me and my family. Thanks. Let us all pray for Khush Bukht Sarfunissa and for her family. Ya Allah. Raham farma Khush Bukht Sarfunissa pe aur uske khandaan pe. And I pray for all of you who are listening and your families too. May we all grow in peace and love and understanding. This is what's needed in the world today. And as it continues to grow, peace and love and understanding and beauty, I was pointed out in this conversation quite unexpectedly. This person added to me All your desires will be fulfilled, full knowledge, full love, and full beauty too. So beauty is something that's also a very spiritual reality. So these things are increasing in the world today. Knowledge and love and beauty, believe it or not, despite so many external uh, tragedies and catastrophes. Actually, if we can attune to what's really happening behind the scenes or on a spiritual level, knowledge, love, and beauty are increasing. So Zahrain Malik, question, how to achieve higher consciousness? Any suggestions, please? Well, I always say meditation is the most important. Whatever type of meditation appeals to you, whether it's zikr, whether it is silent meditation, focusing on your breath, your breathing, there are many different ways to meditate. Some people like to light a candle and just look at the candle. There's so many ways to meditate, but meditation, in my experience, prayer and meditation is the most important thing, whether it's zikr or any other form. All right, HMU Raza Yusuf, don't worry about what has passed. Where you are headed is more important than where you've been. Very good point. Look ahead with hope in the Almighty's mercy. That is what you need to see. That is what you need to see you through. So keep going and don't look back, because you're not revisiting the past any longer. Wow, what a wonderful message, Raza Yusuf Sahib. Thank you very, very much. I'm tempted to read it again. It's so beautiful. Don't worry about what has passed. Where you're headed is more important than where you've been. Look ahead with hope in the Almighty's mercy. That is what you need to see you through. So keep going and don't look back, because you're not revisiting the past any longer. Thank you very much. Mudassar Amanat says, हाँ जी बाबा जी, तब्दील फील हो रही है या नहीं हाँ तब्दील feel हो रही है. I'm definitely feeling changes. In the whole world, I'm feeling things are moving upward now. After a long, long period of tragedy for humanity, things are now turning upward again. That's the way I feel. Things are turning for the better. So I'm very happy. Mahabharti, I am more happy than you. They again contact with you, because aapke zare hum bhi unke baatein sunenge. Thank you very much. Yes, it's so happy. It's so wonderful to receive such a communication. So I'm very happy to share it with you. And I'm happy to H.M. Raza Yusuf Sahib too for sharing the message that he has shared. So there are many wonderful messages we're getting. Sharjeel Ajaz says, Salam, I always thought it's a brown hat on your head. Remember in your duas. No, that's not a hat. That is just a decoration on the wall. It's a basket. I think it's from Africa. Actually, it belongs to my wife. But it's a basket made from reeds. Okay, Imran Ali gives a thumbs up. Bilal Farooq Khan also gives a thumbs up. And Zahrain Malik says, Jazakallah, peace and love. Lynn Pereira is watching. Hello, Lynn, Pastor Lynn. For the wonderful pastor here in Esparto of the On Fire Fellowship Church. So happy to have you with us, Lynn. If you'd like to make any comments or give any